Okay, we're gonna learn about how the alien in Alien Isolation works. Relevant topic because we are in the middle of an intense playthrough. My first time, and it's incredibly difficult. So, without cheating, without spoilers, because we ain't no cheaters, I'm going to learn a little bit about the AI of Alien Isolation. Hopefully, this knowledge will help me avoid the alien a little bit more. Hopefully. I got my notebook ready. I've got my pen ready. I should give him a like because I'm not a monster.
There's gotta be a way of killing it. How? How do we do it?
You can't.
Wait. I should call him.
You still don't understand what you're dealing with, do you?
Is the volume better?
Organism. A survivor.
Oh, I hate him.
Like conscience, remorse, or delusions of morality. I can't lie to you about your
I can't understand what they're saying. Are there subtitles?
You have my sympathy.
I hate this guy so much! Also, can I just say, even though we have a gun, I literally have not used it in the game, and we're like a third of the way through. It's a weird audio filter for sure. I've never used that gunshot because the gun is so loud. It'll attract attention, so I've never used it. I feel like maybe I should just start shooting people. Maybe it'll help. I love this tracker so much. It's great. Dude, how long is this montage? You know what? One thing I find him to be very scary. It's okay. He looks pretty scary.
One of the biggest AI-driven titles.
He looks pretty scary, but I feel like if you die enough times, the fear factor is kind of gone. But it's incredibly creepy and startling how fast he comes at you. It's like by the time you register that something is on you, you're already dead. He's so fast.
One of the biggest AI-driven titles of modern times, Alien Isolation brings the terror of the xenomorph to video games. While the Alien, LV-426, and many other key elements of the franchise have previously been explored, Alien Isolation takes a different route. A horror game steeped in the aesthetic and style of Ridley Scott's classic 1979 movie, in which the player is trapped on the Sevastopol space station with a sole, intelligent, near-invincible alien. For this experience to
near invincible, so is it possible to defeat him?
play out as expected,
Silver.
the alien itself has to carry a large amount of the experience, a demanding feat for any AI in an industry in which non-player characters are either heavily scripted or suffer really short lifespans.
Yeah. It's
So
incredible that this
creative assembly pull this off.
It's incredible that this AI is like 10 years old and it's still so smart.
The short answer is through tried and tested AI techniques, designed in a manner that breaks from so many traditional game design concepts. So stay tuned as we dive in and find out what it is that makes this alien tick.
Let's go. I'm ready to learn.
What the hell was that thing?
Bye, Orange.
The team behind Alien Isolation built the game around a simple premise: to survive an encounter with Ridley Scott's original Alien. Such a feat is pretty difficult to balance.
Original? Are there different versions? I haven't seen any of the movies again. I'm guessing there are different evolutions of him.
Given that you need a strong story to carry the player through, but also to establish pacing such that the tension varies throughout your gameplay. Neither of these are easy when you introduce a systemic AI into play, a collection of decision-making systems that are reacting
yes,
to
this
what's
is where I
happening in the
died.
game.
This place.
It needs to know when it can participate in the experience and at what level it should do so. In order to do this, it required a unique design perspective. As explained by Andy Bray in his talk at the 2016 Nuclei conference, the player can't be scared shitless all the time, otherwise they'll just give up. The tension had to vary.
They can't be scared shitless all the time, otherwise they'll give up. That was kind of like me with PT, I'm not gonna lie. I was not having a good time. Hi, Krov! So also lots of suspense without showing the alien on the first movie. Oh, they do involve, okay. I just know they hug your face.
But also maintain an air of unpredictability in the xenomorph itself. This led to the developers seeking inspiration naturally from Ridley Scott's Alien movie, but also looking at classic horror movies, as well as adventure movies such as Jurassic Park.
Interesting.
The resulting philosophy could be considered as psychopathic serendipity, in which the alien always finds itself in the right place at the right time.
Psychopathic serendipity. I'm gonna start borrowing that. The two words should never be together.
You're in hiding and the monster can't see you and it doesn't know your ultimate objective, it'll still find a way to mess with your plans. However, the key to pulling this off was to ensure it wasn't scripted.
Yes.
Coordinated jump scares, while fruitful the first time, are cheap and don't yield any further reward in subsequent playthroughs.
I agree.
Instead, the player should have a sense of powerlessness, but still know that while the alien is smart, they are smarter.
Am I smarter, Chad? Am I smarter than the alien? Doubt. Am I smarter than a 5th grader? Doubt.
All of this goes against the grain of a lot of AAA games development, a world in which player empowerment is key. This means
I did not feel empowered after Monday's stream. Oh shit, where'd up? Ah man, I reset it.
This led to the developers.
I did not feel empowered. Let me just say that. I felt very stalked. I know.
While the alien is smart, they are smarter. But all of this goes against the grain of a lot of AAA games development, a world in which player empowerment is key.
No empowerment.
This means challenging
Only
a lot
depression.
of design tenets that have been held in pretty much every Alien game. From Alien 3 and Alien Trilogy up to even Aliens Colonial Marines.
There's more Alien games?
The biggest departure from previous games, undoubtedly, is
I
the
literally only know this one game.
fact that you cannot kill the alien. You can distract it, and in time find ways to hurt it and scare it off, but you can't kill it. Ever. But in another significant departure, there's something of a role reversal. The alien will not only kill you frequently, but it does so with one hit.
Yeah!
Ultimately,
It's incredible. But once he catches you, you're done.
this creature must be a constant,
There's no second
believable,
chance.
and threatening presence.
Death is imminent. Uh-oh, he's gonna come back.
In order for this alien to work, Creative Assembly fell back on reliable and trusted AI techniques, building systems that ensure the alien serves its purpose, but interestingly, also ensures it plays according to expectations. To achieve this, the game requires two distinct
Here we go.
behavior
Okay,
management
this is what I
systems,
heard about.
a macro AI and a micro AI.
Okay.
The macro AI is something of an AI director, which observes the player throughout the game, always watching, always knowing where you are. Meanwhile, the micro is tied into the alien itself, a series of sensors and behaviors that allow it to hunt down and find the player. The
Director manages the scene and keeps tabs on the current status of both the player and the alien. The alien AI is more reactive, sense-driven, reacts both to player actions and commands. So it's sort of like those spies that work in the field, and they always have like a earpiece that's attached to some guy in the van with like a surveillance system. Is that how it is? So it's two. It's like two people in one. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in.
director's job is to point the alien in the direction of the player periodically, to give it a hint as to where it should be looking. Despite this, the alien AI is never allowed to cheat. While the director always knows where you are, the alien has to figure it out for itself. You can fool it, you can surprise it, and you can escape it.
Wait, hold on. Always knows the current status and location, but never shares this knowledge. Actively searching. By reacting to noise, director guides the alien to explore areas near the player. Okay, so the director never... That's why he never freaking leaves you alone, huh? Oh, I wonder how the difficulty of the game... Because there's like 6 tiers. I wonder how that will affect the AIs. It's like that inner voice telling you where the pizza is. I don't know. I don't think I've ever had an inner voice telling me there's pizza 3 streets down. Turn right.
But let's break this down in more detail. The director AI of Alien Isolation was responsible for managing what was known as the menace gauge, a metric that allowed the system to understand how much it was pressuring the player. This is rather similar to an approach made in Left 4 Dead, in which a stress gauge was used to prioritise enemy attacks. However, in this case, menace would come not from attacking the player, but being in their proximity, and thus ratcheting up the tension.
Wait, I want to read this. Hold on. Manages the menace of the AI. Proximity, time spent near, time spent in loss? What does that mean? Time visible on motion tracker. Interesting. It's like bad GPS telling you where it is in general, but where is your problem? Oh, it's like those quest trackers in MMOs where they don't tell you exactly where the point of interest is. They just show you like a little circle on the map and you have to search. Interesting. That's smart. Has any other game utilized this sort of system?
Such, the system would periodically wish to invoke menace upon the player, which is such a wonderful phrase, and tell the alien to head to a particular location.
I'm stressed out watching this B-roll chat. I don't like it.
Depending on specific factors, such as whether the creature is within a short walking distance of the player, whether the player has an actual line of sight, and whether the alien was close on the motion tracker, but also whether it could reach the player quickly. This last one is important, as the alien could technically be close on the motion tracker, but in another room.
No way!
As such, the menace wouldn't increase as much, given there's no real threat.
I'm gonna rewatch that because I was too busy exclaiming instead of listening. Wait, you can do that? Okay, so you can actually sneak around him at a tighter distance. I can probably play a little bit more aggressively.
An actual line of sight, and whether the alien was close on the motion tracker, but also whether it could reach the player quickly. This last one is important, as the alien could technically be close on the motion tracker, but in another room. As such, the menace wouldn't increase as much, given there's no real threat.
Right, okay.
Naturally, once this menace metric has reached too high a level, the director backs off and sends the alien elsewhere, either into neighbouring areas or up into the air vents. The general principle being that when the alien is closer, the game is scarier. But we need to give players a break after a while. Not only to ensure they stop freaking out, but to enable them to achieve some progress within the game.
Yes, okay, I see. That's smart. That's such a good product design.
This is managed via a job system, previously used in the likes of BioShock Infinite for the companion character Elizabeth, which dictates particular tasks to complete, the locations that the alien should visit, and the priority with which it should do so. The priority dictates to the alien whether it should finish what it's doing right now, immediately move towards doing this action, and blend the required animations, or just outright interrupt everything and execute it right now. The job system allows the alien to operate in 2 main states of active.
So when it's like walking around searching, that's like a low priority compared to if you make a noise. If it detects a noise, I'm guessing it immediately takes precedence over everything else. Batman and Oracle. Oh, makes sense.
And passive.
That's so unfair. You're fighting a body, like the alien body is so indestructible, and you're fighting like 2 minds inside of it. That is so unfair.
The active, or front stage mode, is when it's told to sweep areas of the map or search specific locations after a certain noise or trigger occurs. Meanwhile, the passive or backstage mode occurs once menace levels peak for too long and it falls back into the air vents or searches other parts of the station. In some instances, it will then actually head for air vents up ahead if it thinks you're going to be moving towards that particular location.
Ooh. Okay, I'm learning. So that means every time he goes into the vents, I could actually move. Because sometimes I hear him in the vents or I hear him go up in the vents. And I'm so terrified that he's just waiting for me to walk around and drop back down immediately. But knowing this kind of knowledge, it means whenever he's going up into the vents, the director AI is telling him to back off. So I actually have a bit of breathing room. Hey, okay, I'm learning.
So enough about the director, let's have a look at the alien itself. The alien's behaviour is reliant upon behaviour trees, a technique we've previously highlighted in our video on the AI of Halo. The monster has over 100 nodes hidden within its behaviour tree system, with the top level of around 30 nodes responsible for selecting what type of behaviour it was about to execute. These top level nodes would then have the alien execute within large subsections of the tree, responsible for specific sub-behaviours.
Subtree is dedicated to specific tasks, attacking and searching. Is this like a skill tree for the alien? What? So as I'm gaining items to help me survive, alien is also, oh, that's what you mean by he's learning from your actions. Will make this game not scary. To be honest, this game is already not that scary for me. It is incredibly fun, but I don't think I get scared.
Related to specific tasks. To add to this, certain parts of the behaviour tree are, on starting the game, locked off. The system gradually unlocks
Why is his
these
head so
behaviours in the tree
shiny?
as certain conditions are met throughout the game. This ensures that the longer you play, the alien starts to exhibit new behavioural traits to keep you on edge. From the player's perspective, you might actually begin to think that it's learning, given your behaviour is triggering conditions that are unlocking new parts of the behaviour tree. Though, as Andy Bray was keen to point out, none of these conditions come from events that lead to the player's death. Otherwise, the AI may develop an unfair advantage, given you might never figure out what it is that it's learned from your behaviour, but also that this game is designed for people to die a lot, and every time you do, this thing would be getting smarter.
He's coming, get it,
One
get
concession,
it.
however, is that there are triggers in the final build of the game that unlock behaviours at specific points in your campaign.
Hold on. I noticed last stream chat, when we were hiding in the locker, he actually started like leading into the locker and trying to see if you're inside. He'd never done that before. So I'm guessing I unlocked his skill tree or something, decision tree, because I was hiding in lockers too much. Fuck! Ugh.
If they haven't already. That way the creature can keep up pace with the player as they begin to get better at moving around the space station.
I can see a power spike.
The system will unlock them. Wait, what? In the event the player has not caused specific subtrees to unlock by their own action, the system will unlock them at specific checkpoints. Oh, wow. So the game has a guaranteed difficulty progression. Blah. The alien learned you like to hide. I did. And you know what? You know what the BS part is? Well, sorry. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. You know what the BS part is? Half the time I hid in the locker chat, I didn't have to. I literally hid because at the very beginning I was so terrified. I hid at every little noise. So I wasted all of those chances. I wasted all of my free hiding time. Fudge. Buh.
When given a specific job to complete from the director, the alien's reliant upon a fast and efficient pathfinding system, whose heuristics help to dictate the values of particular sensors the alien has. The alien has a variety of sensors that allow it to identify with varying accuracy player footsteps when walking or running, gunshots, and even the motion tracker when the player is around 1.5 meters away.
Okay, I knew it.
Now, the question that burned in my mind when I played it was whether the alien had sensors built into the tail.
Footsteps. You know that time when the aliens were searching around and I was watching him from a...
Nice.
I was watching him from a locker and I thought he couldn't hear me, so I was dancing around in the locker and singing the Skibbity Rizzler song, and then he killed me. I guess even if you're hiding, leaning left and right will still make noises. Blah. Why are you so
So as to ensure you
smart?
don't try and step on it. The answer is actually no. But in a sneaky move by Creative Assembly, the alien has a very, very short-range sensor that looks directly behind it. It literally has eyes in the back of its head.
Oh,
I'm told this is with the intention of ensuring that players do not avoid detection by walking around behind it.
there is a sensor behind his head. Okay, so we can't sneak
So the last real
behind.
thing to cover is the alien's movement patterns. Those who played Alien Isolation will know that the alien is prone to pacing around an environment for several minutes. This thing isn't moving towards a specific location in an optimal fashion. It's searching. It's hunting. This is achieved by giving the alien particular areas of interest, either those hand-tuned by designers or generated dynamically in the environment to go and head for. Sometimes, these are specific locations the designer wants the alien to visit, and other times, it's responding to the player, given they've maybe made too much noise. A perimeter
Or
of
maybe
nearby
it's because she's so
locations
stinky. It was a motion sensor. I think I had it off. Because I had a feeling the beeping of the motion sensor will trigger something. So I had it off, I'm pretty sure, in that clip. Well, we'll have to play the clip. Editor, Captain, please put the clip here now.
given they've maybe made too much noise. A perimeter of nearby locations is established, and the alien will devise a path to visit them all in a travelling salesman fashion, meaning it will visit every point, but not with any guarantee it does so in an optimal fashion, given they are prioritised based on their visibility by the alien. This suboptimal execution results periodically in the alien backtracking on itself, a behaviour designed on purpose to give the impression it's double-checking or doubting itself. These locations are separated into search locations, those that the alien will visit, and spot locations, where it will stay where it's standing and then turn to look at the area of interest.
Oh,
For safety, the designers were able to dictate specific areas the alien never looks, so it doesn't catch you out in unfair situations.
interesting. It never looks. Specific area, it never looks. I'm guessing they're not lockers, because those are specific hiding areas. I'm guessing there are spots on the map where he will never look unless you make a noise. So those are safe to hide spots that won't trigger any trees? Decision trees? Question mark?
Considering all this design effort, you'd be quick to think that despite it all, the game designers would still allow for the alien AI to cheat periodically by either teleporting or being clairvoyant in its knowledge. According to Bray, this is categorically untrue. Throughout the entire 12 to 18 hour campaign, the alien only teleports twice to be in very specific locations, and it's
Okay.
only done to enable it to appear in particular cutscenes.
Interesting. Was that a face hugger? The one that just died on the ground? Oh no, oh no. No! What? Wait, what he saved? The save station didn't say hostiles nearby. That is so unfair. No! That is so unlucky. That is so unlucky.
Alien Isolation is an achievement, an AI-driven game that holds your attention for the most part through the
Oh,
experience
yes, it
of
does.
interacting with a primary AI-driven antagonist. A real feat in and of itself. The fact that this is then achieved within the context of a horror game is all the more impressive. Fortunately, this was largely agreed upon by critics, who hailed the alien and its AI behaviour as a real driving force behind the game, and certainly worth checking out if you haven't done so already. I mean, seriously, if you're watching this channel, just play the games I tell you to. Doctor's orders. We're only
It's
just
quite
cracking the
good.
surface of how this system works. For those more tech savvy, be sure to catch the full talk by Andy Bray over at the 2016 Nuclei conference. My personal thanks to both Andy as well as Derek Fagan from Creative Assembly, who were kind enough to humour me and answer some questions I had about the game.
Oh, oops. I clicked on something. Oops. Wait, so it can attack you after you save. Let's watch that again. That was so unfair. Where is it?
Being clairvoyant in its knowledge. Pain, the alien only
That's a face
teleports
hugger, yeah?
twice to be in very specific locations, and it's only done to enable it to appear in particular
Okay, listen, chat. I'm going to turn on the audio. You literally don't hear the alien.
cutscenes.
Doesn't say hostiles nearby. You start hearing him while you're saving. This is so unlucky. Man, he just soft locked himself into a save that is not safe, bruh. So what did we learn today? Alien is smart as fuck, and I'm a little too dumb. Fuck. I feel like I could have made better choices about when to hide and when not to hide if I had seen this before. If I knew that there was a decision tree that was unlocking. But this also makes me want to experience the game on a higher difficulty, because I kind of want to know how the AI gets harder or easier. Maybe one day after we finish our current playthrough.